Today we are visiting Hanken's sister school, Handels, in Stockholm, and their incubator SSE Business Lab at the A-House. As the host for today, we are fortunate to have Douglas Stark, the CEO of SSE Business Lab, and a well-grounded entrepreneur, Philip Jonsson, CEO and co-founder of Values Match.
So SSE Business Lab is the environment for entrepreneurs in the SSE network to run their early startup in Stockholm. So we provide the entrepreneurs with a desk and a chair in our office to work for those who really want to focus on their venture. So we demand that they spend all their time on this venture to put together the most dedicated entrepreneurs right now in the same place. Because we believe a lot that by putting together the best people, we will create even extra value in the same environment. This building was a part of KTH, the engineering school in Stockholm, and in Swedish it was called A-huset. But now they rebranded it to the English word A-house instead, and there are no students left, only companies in the house. And SSE Business Lab is one of these companies in the building, but it's great to be part of a large community of other companies too. So our startups, we do have room for about 80 people, so that's about 20 teams who then can be a part of the even larger organization of the A-House in general. We're doing our best to create the best working place for entrepreneurs and reaching out to then inspire and show the students and alumni of SSE that they are not only able to become successful CEOs of larger corporations or consultants or such, but also to run their own startups or businesses. And we also managed to attract a lot of good cooperations with premier law firms and other communications and audit firms to help the startups in accelerating their growth.
And your operations isn't really just a new kid on the block, but you have already a good heritage. You've done this from the beginnings of 2000s already, so sort of a pioneer.
Yeah, so we started pretty early in 2001. I think it was before you were even talking about incubation as a concept. But we managed to pretty early get good traction with one of the more famous Swedish unicorns called Klarna, who started here from the beginning. And nowadays then Sebastian, the CEO of Klarna, is part of our advisory board and admissions committee, so supporting us in choosing the best startups to include in the incubation program and making sure that we have a good support from advisors and coaches in the network for our entrepreneurs and startups.
So we are also very grateful to meet one of your companies, yes, taking part of SSE Business Lab journey, Philip from Values Match.
In a way, I always knew that I wanted to work with something entrepreneurial, or I wanted to build my own company or create value in the world on my own terms. And so that was why I started studying business and economics, and I went to SSE, Stockholm School of Economics here in Stockholm. Started at the shift of this year, so we're still building the foundation of the business. Mm-hmm. But we really believe in the concept of lean startup and just trying and experimenting and exploring. So we quite early created a physical event where we invited people actually just to try if this is something that people wanted at all. So we created an event at Eventbrite for free and invited people to come, and then they did our values exercise, and we matched them quite manually, to be frank, in the beginning on their values, and it was just a huge success, and people loved it. And since then we're continuing doing physical events almost every week here in Stockholm. For singles, where we match them on their personal values. And we have a few couples already that have been created. So it feels really meaningful, and the people that come, they love it and they talk about it. So we're actually closing a quite big seed round with some investors, and we're building an app to try to make it more scalable.
Would you have some snippets of wisdom or recommendations to toss along?
Yeah. For me, it started in my own personal values, to be honest. When I did that journey of when I ended my corporate career, I started working a lot with myself and trying to gain clarity in what's important for me in life and what do I want my life to stand for and what do I want to contribute with, and sort of start there, because that's our deepest, strongest motivation, I think. And from that, connect that with, okay, what's the biggest problems in the world? And thirdly, what am I good at and what do I love doing? And sort of that intersection of those three things, I think that's where your key lies in what you should be doing.